Alright guys, I got some really good race footage in this video, so I think you're really going to enjoy it. I mean, there was a lot of craziness in this race, a lot of slippery, wet, just disgusting conditions that were not fun to ride in, but there was also some really fast, fun, flowing riding and racing going on. And this guy in the KTM ahead of me and I, we're going to have a good little battle. And you can see, just by watching him, how slick it is, how hard it is just to keep your bike up. But I have a good time racing with him. It's hard to pass, too, because people are kind of all over the place. And you don't want to pass in the wrong spot and regret it later. But anyways, I'm going to get back to this battle. It's going to be a good one, but I've got a couple other clips I want to show first. This spot here is a little bit of a bottleneck. That poor guy is covered in mud. His bike won't start and someone just rams him from the back. Just having a bad day. And during this super slick, muddy conditions where it was hard to just keep your bike up, keeping a little bit of momentum really helped out, which was hard to do because there was a lot of people all over the place. But it was such a workout. I was so exhausted. And I just, the whole time I was like, just don't fall down and fall in the mud because it's just going to take so much more energy out of you. And I was pretty much out of energy every time I came through this section. And up ahead here is where line choice makes a big difference. So see all these guys waiting here to the right. Cross over that little rut. Find the high side. And make a bunch of passes. So that worked out well. And we'll switch over to the fast flowing part of the track. This guy and I have a good battle. I'm going to try and catch a couple people before I get back to the start finish line. I think this is the part where we just got out of the mud. We're getting the mud that's caked on our tires off and starting to pick up a little grip, and we're starting to get on it. Comes a little bit of a steep downhill with some ruts. And I used to slow down for that stuff like that guy past did, so little stuff like that is where you can make up spots. Hitting those berms help you keep your speed up. And I did really, really well in this race. I got 4th place in Vet C. And for the overall, I was in the 35th percentile, which is really good for me. Typically, I'm in like the 60th percent. That last race I was in, I got up to the 50th percentile, so 35 is good. I was definitely excited when I went through the start-finish line and saw my number on there, getting 4th place. And I did 3 laps. The fast guys did 4 laps. Guy took a little spill. Usually I ask people if they're okay, but I'm sure he was okay, and I was just too tired to ask. And I wasn't going to stop and help, so it's just out of energy. I felt like this track just kept getting worse as the day went on. Which is weird because it wasn't raining, but every lap that I went through here, it felt like it just kept getting more and more slick.
Come in left.
Should have went to the right side around him.
It's hard work, Ross.
It is hard work. There's slick roots all over the place. There's ruts. There's a nasty rut at a 45-degree angle. There's this big hole in the ground right here. And coming up ahead is a little bit of a hill climb. There was like probably, I don't know, 3 or maybe 4 hill climbs that were a lot of fun. Right after we left the race, it started downpouring hardcore, and that's when the afternoon racers were still out in the track, so we got lucky. The AM guys got super lucky, because that would not have been fun to have been out on the course then. Alright, now this is back to the original guy that I was racing. Alright, so there's a guy right behind me, revving his engine hard. He wants to pass. And I'm going to let him by up on the right-hand side here. He kind of forces the pass, but it's a totally good pass on his part.
Right side.
And the guy ahead of me is racing hard too. He doesn't want to give up an easy pass. There's the guy behind me. And you can tell this guy wants to get around him. The other guy's making him work for it. This is hard racing. He's going to get a little bit frustrated here up ahead. And when the guy does finally get past him, I think the other guy's kind of ticked about it, and he roosts him hardcore. I end up catching a little bit of it directly in my mouth. I just thought that's interesting how the geometry of, you know, you're wearing a helmet and the mud somehow goes right in your mouth. There it is right there. That made me laugh even though I was spitting mud out. And then the guy ahead of me, I'm still racing. He's going to take an outside line. I'm going to take like an inside hot line and try to pass him. And there's the pass. And he also fell down, which helped out a little bit. A tricky little spot there when you got someone in your way. And I'll just end the video here with the start of the race. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like or comment, and I'll see you next race.